You are listening to episode 3 of Pitch Guys, where coming up with ideas has never been a problem, but the execution of said ideas, well, that's just not for us. In this episode, we pitch new inventions and innovations. From chum cannons to meat vests and much ridiculous in between, let's get started. Oh, and if there are little ones in the room while you're listening to this podcast, make sure their needs are attended to and that another responsible adult is watching them. Find a secure room, deadbolt the door, throw a heavy piece of furniture in front of it, and put some headphones on. Some things aren't for delicate ears. The topic for this week is invention and innovation, things that we'd like to see or we think would be cool out there in the real world. So, I don't know, do you guys have any that you thought of?
Inventions?
Yes, inventions or innovations.
Right out of the gate?
Maybe I could just say that one thing I'd like to see that already exists in the world of science fiction is the Star Trek transporter. The teleporter. Yeah. I think that would revolutionize everything. Yeah. The way we travel, it'd be fantastic.
You wouldn't really travel anymore at all.
No, you wouldn't have to.
Just appear.
You just, exactly. You got to go to work. It's like you need 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds to get there.
You wouldn't even say I enjoy traveling anymore. You just say I enjoy appearing.
And you could live wherever you wanted and it would be no big deal.
No. I did hear, though, that the scientists have kind of said that actually to do that is not really possible, and what you would actually have to do is recreate the person from scratch. So there's the theory that on Star Trek, every time they teleport to a planet, they're actually just transporting a facsimile of themselves there with all the memories and everything, but they actually, the process of transporting killed the original and created a photocopy, a duplicate. So
you're just getting cloned and killed off every time you travel or appear somewhere. That's pretty morbid, but it's still convenient.
I guess, if you can, And what would happen, you'd be continuously making copies.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you put a photocopy of a photocopy into the copier.
Yeah, is it getting
messed up?
The quality is going down and down and down.
It's not a good situation.
Mm-hmm. So look like you've had too much plastic surgery or something. Your face is starting to droop.
Now, could you use that in unhealthy ways? Could you, if you were a bulimic or an anorexic, could you transport the contents of your stomach out after you had a meal?
Oh.
Hey?
Yeah.
They didn't see that on a very special episode of Star Trek.
No. Yeah, they could have had all sorts of eating disorders they'd have to deal with up there.
Yeah. Well, there is a new Star Trek Discovery, so I think they should definitely have an episode about
There's
that.
a plot line there.
Telepurging. Jeez. But also bodily waste. You could just disappear all your bodily waste and you wouldn't even have to worry about sewage systems or storage. You just find one place you want to just have all that waste go.
Murder would be actually a lot easier too, because if you needed to hide a body, you could just teleport
just send
that
it to
thing,
Alaska.
Anywhere you want it.
Yeah.
So
and people would be dicks about it. They would have fun with that. That'd be all these bodies just piling up on the Empire State Building.
Oh my goodness. It seems like actually humans aren't ready for something like this, because you're right. It would cause a lot of problems.
I think we're just not ready for it.
You'd, and the practical jokes you could do, I could, teleport a dead animal or something, like a dead deer into your house or something in your living room.
Right into your bathtub. So when you come in the morning, you
horse head right in your bed.
Yeah. Gotcha. But the cleanup's not that difficult because you can just transport it back out, right?
Yeah, it'd be a boon to peeping Toms.
And in fact, that's probably what it would mostly be used for. It'd be roadkill pranks.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
So. I think that's how they'd market it too. Teleportation, roadkill pranks.
Yeah.
Well, you've just kind of unsold that idea and brought it up in a few minutes.
So there's a lot of things that could go wrong with that. And they actually use that same technology in Star Trek to do the food. Mm-hmm.
And that seems really convenient, but there's not very many people with weight problems on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yet they can have whatever they want to eat whenever they want it. They just go up to one of those, what do they call it, a food transponder, or I don't know what it's called. Mm-hmm. If there's actual people listening to this, some guy out there is like absolutely furious right now. That I don't
Trek used the wrong term.
He's like, that doesn't know what the food thing he's called.
He's got a poster of it on his bedroom wall.
So he's not much better. But I guess if you can actually teleport the food out of your body, it doesn't matter what you're putting into it. So go for it, right?
That's a lot of pressure because you'd have to decide how long you want it to actually digest for. You know, when am I done with this food? When do I want it gone?
Yeah.
I want to get a little bit gassy, but then I'm going to bloop it out of there.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I wonder if you could manufacture other things like cocaine or heroin or...
I think they already do.
No, but I mean like through like a Star Trek type like food, whatever that thing is called that some
just
geek is
instant
curious
drugs on the
right
Enterprise. I think their mission would be going down the tubes real fast. The captain's log would start to get real nonsensical.
Well, I know this week isn't about movies, but the idea of a Captain Picard with a major heroin problem is a really interesting twist.
That
on
actually kind of explains why William Shatner spoke the way he did.
Yeah.
We're off topic now.
No, totally.
Actually, one of those inventions that you were in that article you shared gave me an idea for an invention, but it's just a repetition on a theme.
Yeah.
What's that?
The one where it's a clear sandwich bag that makes it look like your sandwich has mold on it, so coworkers won't take it out of the fridge.
Right.
Because it looks gross.
Yeah.
I thought, what about a wetsuit for people who want to go to resorts, but they want the whole pool to themselves? So it's a skin-colored wetsuit, but it's got just a horrific-looking rash on it, or like an eyeball out of someone's shoulder and a little bit of teeth, just like messed up, like Chernobyl hair, like someone's chemical burned. You just got like pustules on
Or
you.
just realistic looking stains all the way down the side.
Yeah. Just streaked. You can actually get whatever theme you want, but it's all gross.
There's a few different ones.
And just makes it so the swim up bar is all yours. You don't have to share it. And the waiter won't really make eye contact with you, but it still works.
There's a really hairy one. That's a really great idea.
Yeah, a deterrent wetsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Seems selfish, but the problem might be is that a lot of people are going to start doing this. And then you're going to have like...
Just gross resorts.
60, 70 people in the pool in these deformed wetsuits that you've...
Just a dry heaving colony. People are just throwing up. Actually, you could make a real practical wetsuit maybe out of this for surfers. Like, couldn't they make a wetsuit that has some kind of pheromones in it or scent or something that would deter sharks?
Oh.
You know, how many like surfer shark attacks have there been? I mean, not shark surfing, but sharks attacking surfers. Mm-hmm. Couldn't they make a wetsuit that somehow makes you less appealing to sharks?
That sounds actually practical.
Yeah. Maybe it emits some sonic like sound or noise. I don't know.
I don't think you'd want it to sound like a dolphin.
No.
I think sharks might be interested in that.
Just like you sound like a megalodon or something.
The pheromone idea is really practical. Another thing would be that
I don't know how sharks work, but
maybe you have on your surfboard a cannon that shoots a stream of blood, maybe like I don't know, 400 meters away from where you are, so that it attracts the chum and blood machine.
Yeah, but then you'd have people using it as a murder weapon to attack like other groups of surfers.
Would your surfboards be larger to deal with
it's got this giant
vast amount of
on it.
blood and everything you have to store on?
Do you want a traditional board? Do you want a blood cannon board? Righteous.
Oh, the stream.
You just got like a squad of murderous surfers just pumping blood onto a cruise ship. Just to have a good laugh. Yeah, all right. Scrap that idea. Most of mine are pretty gross, actually. Like I had another one.
Yeah.
There has been more times than there should have been where I've gone and used a public restroom. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like at, rest stops, truck stops, but just, where lots of people from all sorts of walks of life, even hotel bathrooms, actually, in the lobbies and stuff. For some reason, you'll be doing your business and then you'll see someone has left either a sock or God forbid, a full pair of underwear just in a bathroom on a floor. And you momentarily think about that underwear's backstory, but then you force yourself not to. But if this is an issue where I've seen it in my time over, I don't know, at least 20 times, I'd say at least 20.
You've seen this 20 times?
At least.
Wow.
20 times. Then why don't we have vending machines in bathrooms for socks and underwear? Because clearly there's these horrific things happening where people are just in the worst moment of their lives. And they would pay any amount of money to buy a fresh pair of underwear.
$1,000 with a credit card only?
Yeah, you could charge whatever you wanted because the person who's going to buy it is needing that underwear.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe, well, that's a very capitalist approach to it. We could start
It's a very capitalist approach. No, that's a bad joke.
We could start some sort of underwear share program. You know, you take underwear, you give
share
underwear.
underwear.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe that's what those people were doing. Maybe
Take a pair, leave a pair.
Yeah, take a pair, leave a pair. A lending library of Ginch. A pass it forward kind of undergarment chain. Yeah, that makes sense. A pay it forward.
Well, your idea would definitely make lots of money. Mine is a bit more humanitarian.
Yeah. Even if you didn't like have some like extreme situation, it might just be nice to have a new pair of underwear. Like, I've been on the road for a few hours.
Yeah,
you know, maybe the next 3 hours would be even nicer if I'm wearing a crisp pair of boxers. You know, and my socks are a little ripe for this board meeting. I'll put $5 in here and have a new pair of socks.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hell of an idea.
Yeah, I can't believe you've seen abandoned underwear that many times.
Is this all like in this exact same bathroom? Or like, do you frequent
I should mix it up a bit more.
Or
I do frequent.
are these fancy places or these
Fancy,
questionable?
Skid Row, middle of the road, all bathrooms, underwear, socks, somewhere in there.
You said you're seeing this in bathrooms on the road. You're not seeing this. You said in a hotel bathroom, but you're not talking about
Like
in your hotel room.
No, that would be my
bad.
underwear,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, so
You're just really forgetting that you left it there a few hours
No,
ago.
that's like if you're the guy from Memento and you're like, whose underwear are these every morning? You're just throwing them out in disgust, but they're yours the whole time.
Actually, your wife's been screwing with you for the last couple of years. Is that every time you go to use a public washroom, she sneaks in ahead of you and throws in a pair of underwear just to screw with you.
Yeah, that's her only joke.
Yeah,
It's her only prank she
she's
plays.
never going to reveal it to you either.
Yeah.
She's going to take that one.
And it's unnecessarily elaborate and complicated.
Yeah, it requires her driving there the day before, wherever you are going. She's got to take a road trip. Even if you're going 300 kilometers away, she will take care of it.
When she's going for
really
groceries
dedicated.
once a week, she's buying a bulk bulk pack of underwear just for her pranks.
You never understood like why she was gone like so long the day before you would go anywhere.
You
She'd
could
be
fill
gone
the
for,
Grand
like 8
Canyon.
hours.
Or maybe she just has a database of all the all these places where you go with the addresses, and she just orders them shipped, and like really in the shipping notes she just says like
just
put it in
delivered.
the third stall.
She's got a network of little birds that are doing this from coast to coast.
You mean like
for her.
Varys from Game of Thrones?
Yeah, like Varys from Game of Thrones.
Oh, no, they were just getting stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems very elaborate and expensive.
I do stand by the idea that it would be probably a good thing to have
Your-
vended underwear in a bathroom. You can actually do a lot of things to make a public washroom experience better. I was using a urinal at one point in my life.
You
Yeah.
did use one? Yeah.
I think it was a couple days ago.
Was
And
there a pair of underwear in it? Used underwear in a sock?
This is one of the few times there wasn't. But there were two other guys using the urinals, and we're all staring at the wall, and it's a boring antisocial experience. So I thought, have you ever been to like the fair at one of those midway games where they have the little water guns?
Yeah.
And you got to shoot the bullseye,
Yeah.
a little hole, and then like the balloon will inflate
Yeah.
or something will rise. If they had that as urinals, and then you could compete with your fellow peers and just feel like you're involved in something together.
Yeah.
And,
You know,
Something to
actually,
chat about, make it less awkward standing at the urinal bank.
maybe there's a prize, like
Yeah.
a pair of vended underwear fly out of the machine.
all of your ideas seem to
shoots
be
out.
bathroom related, but
Well, there's a reason
think-
for that, Al.
you've actually come up with two really good ideas so far.
And we spend a huge amount of our lives in the bathroom. And it teaches aim,
Yeah.
right? teaches kids to aim early on.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. I would assume, I don't teach kids in bathrooms how to use the bathroom, but I assume you have had to. And it's probably a weird situation
Cheerios.
for a parent.
Yeah, Cheerios.
Cheerios.
Yeah.
Put Cheerios in the toilet.
Oh,
Gotta hit the Cheerios.
okay.
That's what you
I thought
do.
your children were so small they were using Cheerios as toilet seats or something. Like, those are some small kids.
Going back to the urinal thing, though, would you have the Midway Carney guy on the other side of the urinals to start off each round?
I think I'd be a little gun shy if there was a guy watching over the top. No, I think it'd just be an automated thing, or just like a little, light would start to go like in a, like in a hockey arena. As soon as somebody gets a goal, you got the net light and
Is there
siren.
like a leaderboard that
Actually, I'd
you
like
could go
their-
back again and see that? Oh, I'm still number 2 on here.
Yeah,
And-
high scores would be great. Or in the restaurant, if that's what the bathroom's connected to, everyone hears like a buzzer or an alarm knowing someone's a winner. Oh, there's a real winner in the bathroom.
Do you know how jealous the women would be if we were doing this?
They'd be
though?
so jelly.
Guys would be spending so much time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It would. Oh man, you'd be
For a reason now.
yeah.
But the drink orders would go up probably quite a bit so that they could get back in and win the big prize.
Be loading up to win.
Yeah. Valentine's Day, the prize could be like a gift for your date or something.
Oh, so now we've just helped out the restaurant industry, the food and beverage industry. You guys have any great ideas for bathrooms, or am I alone on these?
bathrooms.
Don't have any bathroom ideas.
What do you got? Give us something.
Okay, well, I got one idea I've been thinking about for a while, but as Pitch Guys runs, I've been too kind of lazy to actually pull it off. But it
what we do.
started off as an uncle idea and then turned into a dad idea, which is like kids always want to like climb all over you, like they want to like use you as a jungle gym, right? My kids want to like climb up, and I always get like kicked in the nuts. It just always happens. So my concept is like a I don't know, a jumpsuit, or maybe it's like a coveralls or something. But in the coveralls, there's like rungs sewn into the coveralls on the back and on the front. So you're like a walking jungle gym. So the kids can like climb up, climb around. You have to exert minimal energy keeping them awake or keeping them like from falling down. There's a cup built in, so it's safe for you. But
Well, you don't even have to be awake, really.
no, you could just be sitting there
Yes.
doing whatever you're doing, and they could climb all over, and then you don't have to
use
worry
you.
about it.
That's
It's
a
like
great
easy
idea.
babysitting, you know?
You could have a slide attachment.
On the back.
You could have just like a little trough that hangs off you, or a tray that has sand in it.
So yeah, we need a name for that. Was that the Dad Jungle Gym?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
You could call it the Jungle Gym, but use like just a guy's name
Like
instead of Jim, like Jim.
Yeah.
Your dad could be named Jim. I don't know. That only works in that one situation. It doesn't work for like a Jungle Gary.
Not as much.
Jungle Jim's mobile play suits.
There you go. There you go.
And there's the 400-pound suit. There's the 200-pound suit.
Oh, two dads wearing suits could get together and make a larger like
Oh yeah, they're
construction.
modular.
Yeah. You
Right?
just connect a whole bunch of dads together.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you want to get real kinky, you could have a mom and a dad together.
I don't think you want to get kinky with children's playtime, but yeah.
Well, no, it's disguised. They wouldn't have
Yeah.
any idea what was going on.
I think pretty soon the children won't even be involved, and it's just going to be a weird like fetish thing of playground people getting together on the weekends. Just
Well, I've always wanted to go as like a playground for Halloween, so
you got this one big guy who's just got one of those like spinning things on his back that the kids would all hold on to and spin around. He just lays on his stomach.
well, like you said, I think this could end up being used in a lot of like sex play and
yeah.
things like that. So
Like anything, it's going to get corrupted, right? Like the internet.
just like the internet, yeah.
Good intentions. Our ideas are wholesome,
Yeah.
but somebody out there would take them and just bastardize them.
Well, I have an idea for something, but mine's more of a novelty item, like one of those, like, I don't know, like the yo-yo, the hula hoop.
Yeah.
It's a fad.
Not serious
basically.
like
Okay.
ours then.
It's designed to be short-lived.
It's short-lived, but what I have in mind, it will never be short-lived. So
Okay.
the idea behind mine is it's called the I think I would like to call it the Magic Indestructible box. And it's basically it's a cube that's made of titanium.
Okay.
Like it's really built to last. This thing is strong.
Okay.
It's a cube that you can't crack. There's electronics in it, but you can't get into it. You could take a sledgehammer to it. You're not getting into it.
Okay.
You get it in the toy store or whatever, and it's got one of those little plastic tabs in it that you have to pull for the battery to be released.
Oh, at the beginning, just activate
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So this is a gift that you give to somebody, right? And this thing, once you pull that tab out, like the battery lasts forever. You cannot destroy this thing, and its only purpose is that every once in a while, in total random, it will spew out a round of obscenities like you have never heard before, right?
It's just the prick
how large
box.
is this thing?
Well, I picture it, let's see, being about maybe like a 6 by 6 inch cube.
Okay.
So,
It's titanium and it's in a toy store.
So like a little bit larger than a Rubik's cube. So.
right, yeah.
Okay.
And you cannot destroy it. You could bury it in a landfill, and 45 years from now, it'll just be spewing out obscenities. And it might
Just have dumps that are just swearing.
there might be years where it's just going nonstop. And then maybe 7 years will go in at nothing, and then just out of nowhere.
You think the
it's-
battery's dead, and then all of a sudden,
I don't know why you wouldn't just throw it away, but maybe you have to make, like, if you give it as a gift, you have to make people sign a contract that they promise that they will never.
That wouldn't stick.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Well, maybe there's like a GPS tracking thing on it, so you know if your friend is actually throwing it out, you're able to get it back and then put it back in their house.
So sole purpose for pranking.
Yeah, it's a prank kind of novelty thing.
Screw you box.
Yeah.
it's got it's got a built-in teleporter that it just reappears back on your shelf.
Yeah.
It's getting expensive.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
got a battery
For
that
a
never
prank.
dies. Maybe it's nuclear powered. I'm not sure.
If you
but,
care about
The walls
pranking
are
this
solar.
much, you're going to spend the money though.
yeah,
Why don't I just submerge it in water till it fizzles out and dies that way?
it won't work. It's waterproof.
Oh.
Yeah.
How is the battery everlasting?
It's again, I mean, this is all concept. I haven't
We're just
drafted
pitching
it
the
out,
idea. Yeah.
but I'm sure somebody can make that happen.
Maybe the battery is powered up by swears.
if it
As
hears
it swears,
Oh.
it powers itself.
Kind of like a Monsters Inc. sort of thing. It,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's the screams. Here's the cussing.
Yeah.
I just like the randomness of it, but
Yeah.
we could sell them out of the Gravy Garden
Oh, yeah.
in the gift store.
The Grave Garden gift shop.
yeah.
Just in case your night wasn't terrible enough after your all gravy dinner. Yeah. Again, if you don't know what we're referring to, check out episode 1.
episode
The Gravy
1.
Garden.
There'll be no recaps anymore.
No, you're on your own.
The gift shop just has like underwear in a vending machine and
That's in the
the Tourette's
washroom.
box. Yeah.
That's in the washroom with the racing urinal novelty.
I think you can house most of these inventions just in the same business, really, that we've come up with.
Well,
They all kinda go together.
We're gonna go to Shark Tank with our multiple idea for our chum cannon and our.
A lot of our ideas so far seem to circle around like sea life, like whales, and gravy, and cyborgs.
There's a few recurring
Food and
themes.
I think that's
technology.
all our themes.
Yeah, well. So it's time for our shameless plug, and this week on Shameless Plug, we, I was driving, had a long road trip here a few days ago. So usually when I go on a road trip, I download some podcasts,
Yeah.
and I listen to them. So I was listening to a few really top, very popular podcasts. And I noticed that they all have a few sponsors that are putting out the big bucks.
Yeah.
And one of those big sponsors is MeUndies. Not that I know a lot about it, but apparently it's a underwear subscription service. And we've had a lot of talk about underwear so far this episode.
That is true.
and
That is true.
It
That
fits.
Just like a good
Yeah.
pair of underwear.
Yeah.
It's like the Dollar Shave Club then.
Yeah. So they send you a fresh pair of underwear every week, and I would really like us to get into the MeUndies money. Like if
Oh,
we
yeah.
can get to the MeUndies point,
Yeah.
then we'll know we've made it.
That tidy whitey cash.
Unfortunately, negotiations with MeUndies aren't going well right now.
No, we haven't reached out to them.
No, so it makes it really difficult.
That's why this is so shameless, is we don't
Yeah.
actually have a sponsor.
It's really difficult if you don't actually make the effort to talk to the sponsors.
Well, we're just idea guys. We don't go the extra mile.
Yeah.
But I thought that if we were trying to get advertisers interested, maybe we could just MeUndies might be interested in us talking about a product that's similar. So I thought we'd go a little more general and just have our sponsor be underwear.
Yep.
In
Just
general.
underwear in general.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
get sponsored
Underwear?
by underwear.
Yeah.
Funny you bring it up.
Yeah.
Because I wear it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Most days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like more often than not.
Yeah.
You're talking to me, I'm wearing a pair of underwear.
Yeah. And you know, they've come up with some ingenious inventions in the last few years. Like,
Yeah.
did you know now that there are underwear that have kind of an opening in the front that
Yeah.
allow you to kind of slip your business out
Yeah.
if you need to.
You don't have to pull them down or
It's
anything.
useful.
No, it's I think it's a relatively new innovation.
Yeah.
It's only been around about as long as I've been alive, I think.
Yeah. The wee window.
Yeah. Is that what it's
The
officially
wee
called?
window. Well, that
window.
hurts people's feelings. It's-
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called a crotch window. I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
That's the official term
Yeah.
for
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Some of them have buttons in them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They dabbled with zippers early on, but that was risky.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got rusty.
Too many.
That's a whole nother issue. That's why they invented rubber underwear.
Rubber underwear.
Yeah.
Sounds really fun
Yeah.
to wear, a pair of
Yeah.
rubber underwear.
Yeah.
So I think we can all agree underwear is a real product that we can get behind.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Life
quite,
changer.
I'm quite in favor of them. My wife also enjoys underwear.
They're really starting to catch on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my relatives start to get on the underwear bandwagon. You know,
it comes up at Christmas, right?
Yeah.
I checked through my parents' luggage when they came up to visit last time. Guess what I found? Heaping piles of underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all assortments too.
Yeah.
Like some looked like were for recreation, others were utilitarian, but underwear. I couldn't believe how much they had.
Yeah. I think we're all in agreement.
It makes your clothes feel better.
It's it's a wonderful product.
Yeah.
A worthwhile investment.
Definitely.
It makes you feel safe when you go out into the world.
Yeah. It's a layer between your pants and your genitals. And,
It's a way to collect your sweat for later. Yeah.
underwear.
Underwear.
That's this week's shameless plug.
Actually, I did come up with a food invention,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
and it's something I've already been dabbling with. Well, about once every 2 or 3 months, when you empty your toaster, you know, you pull that little tray out the bottom or whatever you do with your toaster.
Yeah.
You get that hell of a mess. What I like to do is I like to pull the tray. I like to grab a stick of butter out of the fridge. I like to roll it in the toaster leave-ins, I call them, like the crumbs. And then you got yourself this kind of salty, crunchy butter snack while you're watching movies. And it's just like a once every 3 month treat.
You want to package this?
No, it's my thing. I don't care if it becomes anybody else's.
It's more of a recommendation than an invention.
Okay.
It's a tip.
Yeah.
You know, like all great cooking shows, it's a tip.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And it's super simple, and it's a good on-the-go breakfast once every 3 months. You know, or if you're just too lazy to give your kids a healthy lunch,
Yeah.
this is an alternative to
Yeah.
a healthy anything.
Well, if you roll anything in butter, it's good.
Oh yeah.
Derek, you got anything else there?
Well, I got something that always annoys me is when you're going on road trips and you're a kid and you're in the back seat and the back window's always like frost over and then you can't see what's going on. It's something that maybe not everybody gets.
That doesn't annoy kids today because of tablets.
Right. Growing up for me,
Yeah.
I was always annoyed by it. So my innovation would be actually it's more of a useful thing, more of a realistic thing would be with all the things in cars, can't you just create a vent that would go down over top of the windows instead of blowing in my face, going over the windows.
You're talking about a windshield defroster?
No, I'm talking about a side window defroster.
Oh,
Does
so
this not exist already?
I don't know. Does it not exist already?
it kind of exists already there.
think
in
it
the
does.
back seat, like
No.
the back seat. Like
Maybe
I'm
not in the
jump
back
seats
seats,
because I'm the
no.
youngest kid.
Yeah, so you're saying just for the children.
Yeah, for the people stuck in the back seat.
Yeah. I wonder if it'd have to divert all the power from the front windshield defrosters just so the kid can be like sightseeing, but the parents can't see the semi they're heading towards.
It's actually a little bit dangerous, but
Yeah.
It could be powered by one of those indestructible boxes, actually, because that has an unlimited power supply.
Yeah, that thing actually could be a boon to mankind, even though it's just horrific and offensive.
There
It
you
could
go.
power all sorts of things like schools and hospitals.
And that's why it's such a great prank.
It's got a perpetual battery,
because
right?
people have to put up with it.
Yeah.
Because it's such an amazing thing.
So now we got teleporting feces and we got swear-powered everything. That's great.
It's a compromise you have to make, right?
Yeah.
So
And going on the car thing, I'm going to steal actually an invention my kid came up with on the way into town the other day.
Okay.
And he said he's kind of bored in the back seat, but I'm not a believer of like putting screens in my vehicle so my kid's not bored. But he came up with an invention where he wanted an adapter for his car seat that had bike pedals on it and a steering wheel. And so he could feel like he was like steering the car around, and he could get some exercise when he was bored by riding this bike that was attached to his car seat.
That's a great idea.
I should take that on Dragons then.
Yeah.
Good work.
It's like
kid.
a Playmobil car seat. I like that.
If it could somehow like power some things in the vehicle, that would be, it could charge my iPhone by the amount that he
Could be an
he
adapter.
pedals, maybe,
Yeah.
I think it's actually a really good idea. And actually, when my kids were young, I remember them being bored in the back seat. And I had this little novelty switch from when I was a teenager that said something like, it was a switch, and it says grenade launcher on it, on, off, just a plastic switch.
Yeah.
So I attached it to my son's car seat. And as we'd be driving down, I would say to him, and it was a game we would play. Like we'd be, this is horribly violent. You're going to think I'm a horrible parent. And
You were
I'd say to
teaching
my
your child
son,
to kill?
say,
road
okay,
trips?
well, okay, now I don't want you to use that switch because if you do, it's going to send rocket-propelled grenades out of the truck, and they're gonna blow up the vehicle in front of us. And then he'd be like, "Okay, Dad, I won't do it." And then you'd see him, and he'd get that sparkle in his eye because he knew it was a game. He knew that probably. He wasn't sure, but probably wasn't going to happen.
He probably wasn't going to kill
Then he flicked
people.
the switch, and I would freak, and I go, "No, no!" And I'd make explosion sounds. It was a fun way to entertain ourselves.
My
as we were
suggestion was
driving around
sadistic.
town.
Yours is fine.
As we were driving to like daycare and
Yeah.
pre-kindergarten
You
programs.
need to like go to a drive-in or something that had like a full wrap-around of the vehicle so they would like look like you're driving, and then all of a sudden the car in front of you literally would explode. And just
So you ran a psychological.
go a little too far.
And then I just stop and I'm crying and right, like, no, I told you.
What did
not
I
to-"
say about the switch?
You ran a psychologically, possibly traumatizing experiment on your child, just so they wouldn't be fussy in the
That's
vehicle.
what kids are for, running psychological experiments.
I
Yeah.
think he knew it was a game.
Well, we'll never know for
he
sure.
would laugh. I'll tell you. Like he thought he's pretty screwed up now, but
I bet you he's scared to turn on the windshield wipers in the car.
yeah, when he started driving, I did notice some apprehension actually.
There's a lot of buttons that aren't getting used.
Yeah. Well, how about this? I'll tell you, the one thing that I really hate when I go out in public is when I walk into a business or a restaurant and I
there's
go and I
other
pull on
people
the
there.
I pull on the door and one of the two doors is locked.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I've never understood why they do it, and the best thing I can come up with is that other businesses are doing it, so businesses feel like maybe they should do that too. You'd hate to have both doors open and accessible.
Yeah. Monkey see, monkey do.
So my idea is just actually a giant droid that walks a couple steps ahead of you, tests the door, and smashes it in if it's not open.
A door droid.
Yeah.
It would be expensive, but it would cut down on a lot of
It's
frustration.
big. It's like
Yeah.
8 feet tall. Very menacing.
It's not an R2D2.
And it walks ahead of you, and
Yeah.
it's test the door and then just bam, smashes
It just
right
yells
in.
inaccessible and punches through the wall. So you want a mech. You want a personalized mech for that half-second inconvenience of finding out one side of the door doesn't open when you're going to your dental office. Yeah, that seems reasonable. He can carry the metal titanium swear box under his arm. Yeah, I do hate those doors.
The chaos that would ensue from everybody having these damn droids, though. I mean, right? Like everybody's walking around with one of these things, and it's smashing through doors. And it gets a little confused. There isn't even a door there, and it smashes through a wall.
Pretty soon you just got this hyper-powered robotic breaking and entering criminal robot going out at night.
Windows smashed everywhere.
The idea is basically to make it easier for you to enter in and out of buildings at whatever point of convenience you want to.
Yeah, your intentions are good, but if that thing ever malfunctioned, like you wake up, you got every neighbor on your block just at your door, angry, and every one of their garage doors just smashed in. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's the most sensible one so far.
Definitely.
I think so.
It's supposed to do it in an effortless way, like where you are not, you're not inconvenienced in one bit. You just keep walking as if you don't have to stop and wait for it. It's ahead of you enough that it tests it, destroys the door, and you can walk like it was never even there.
I'd also like to see, just in the interest of not stopping, like instead of waiting for a crosswalk sign, I'd like to see there being some kind of pedestrian launcher or like super like tight trampolines on each corner of the street. Or like you can choose still, like if you don't feel up to being launched over the traffic, you can still wait and walk across. But if you're in a hurry, you know, you can elect to push another button.
There's a net too on the other side that catches you.
Depends how well the city you're in is doing. What their budget's like. Yeah. There'd be something, some kind of slide you
Kind of crash pad or something.
Yeah. Or other pedestrians. Yeah. If they're all waiting, I don't know. I haven't thought it through, really. I just came up with it on the fly.
Yeah.
On the fly.
Oh.
Yeah. Pedestrians on the fly.
Yeah. All of these ideas are kind of instilling a lot of chaos, I think.
Yeah.
Talking about transportation, the idea I had was that maybe we could have a whole zip line transit network. That you would have zip lines to various spots in the city. Like they'd be all over the place.
So you just clip in.
Yeah, you'd have one from your house. You'd have a tower from your house, and it would be going to like any number of different locations. And then you'd also have towers that would be going from like the local mall back to your house because you need one that's higher than the other two.
Yeah.
It's got to work on gravity.
This would employ a lot of engineers.
A lot of engineers and a lot of cable everywhere.
You'd have to have a strong understanding of gravity and friction.
Yeah, there'd be cable everywhere, but
Jeez.
I think, well, it'd be
You
fun.
get the exercise hiking up the tower to get to the level that you need to.
I was thinking, like, just for me to even have one to get to my workplace would be really nice.
If you had big cities where everyone's trying to go to the downtown core at once, though, you'd have so many people on that zip line, and they're not all going to go the same speed.
No.
Like, heavy guys like me would be a boon to society. Because I would be helping like 20 other people get to work a little bit faster.
And not only that, but you'd have your droid behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Line, right?
Your convenience droid would be there.
Just smashing the people in front of you. Going
Inaccessible. Get to work in a second, but you got lower back problems.
Okay, back to the show.
All right, Trevor, you got any new ideas?
Well, I had this really great idea. I don't even know how it came to me, but just this, like, you know how we have like food on demand now?
Yeah.
I think that we should have other things. Like we should have like Uber for shaving. Like you're just at home and like you can order up a shave and this guy just comes to your face, comes to your house and just randomly shaves your face, and that saves you time in the morning. You know,
fantastic.
It's just like skip the razors.
Skip the razors.
I'm just, I'm showing Trevor my notes right now. And in my notes, it says, shave service like Uber, where
a second
guys
here.
show up on demand to forcefully shave you.
This is a weird coincidence.
Forcefully shave you. I like that.
Because this is strange because I took a picture of your phone and then
While you're in the bathroom, we try to poach your ideas.
yeah, we poached your idea while you were in the bathroom
Oh my goodness.
because we are mean girls.
Well, you guys did a
the
good
prank.
job because I really truly believe that we were in sync there. So you stole my great idea.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk.
How
about it.
forceful is
pitched
this this shave?
What's that?
How forceful is this shave? Is this like
Well, I think it's more they force you down. Like they're gentle when they're shaving you, as long as you don't struggle too much.
okay?
It makes it more of a game.
Plus, they're a business. They can't waste time.
Yeah, it's probably more for people with certain fetishes than anything, really.
No, I think it would be good for the person who's always late or, the on-the-go businessman, right?
Oh yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Like you could be brushing your teeth maybe while someone's holding you down, shaving you, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it frees you up to do
It's
things.
more of a immobilization of the neck rather than you enjoying being forced down while being shaved. Yeah, I see your side.
I just love the idea that it's really convenient. Wherever you are, they come to you and they're ready to go.
No matter what.
And if you take an Uber, you know that they're there in usually minutes.
Yeah.
So,
What kind of training would the people have? Would they just be anybody who's ever shaved, or
well, I think
Can I
it's
just
like
sign up to shave you?
It's like Uber. Anybody can sign up and they get a star rating.
Okay.
Every time they shave someone.
So you could put in like, cut my jugular.
Yeah.
Don't recommend.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'd love to be the interviewer at the company that's hiring people off the street to shave other people. Like just having to talk to the people who are interested in that line of work. Yeah. I'm really passionate about driving around and shaving people in their foyer, their doorstep. That's a great idea. I'm glad we stole that from you, Al, because that actually is a genius idea.
It should teach me to have security on my phone, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously,
We did a
It
bunch
was
of stuff
easier
to your
than I
phone
thought
while
to
you were
get
gone.
into there.
Yeah,
Is it like a nice shave? Like I'm getting like a hot towels. It's a straight razor. Is it like a Bic dry shave?
I think there's a number of different things you can choose.
Okay,
from.
you pay for what you want.
you could have the Shave Burr X, experience, and that's where they use like a straight razor.
Okay.
But it's really aggressive. Like the guy's pushing you down. Like there's two guys.
There's
on
no
that one.
soap.
No. Yeah.
Just a quick hack job.
Yeah, there's the one where a guy just comes with the electric razor, and it's just quick and dirty, and it's not done well at all.
You get a back shave,
Yeah, you could get whatever you want.
chest shave.
So
Smart homes, really convenient, but I don't think they're doing a lot for us.
How do you mean?
Well, like my Google, I love my Google. I talk to it all day, and it does help me out with things while I'm getting ready and stuff. You
Like
can ask
like
it about,
Alexa or something? You have like one of those things?
yeah, you just like ask it to raise the temperature in the house and ask it for the forecast, and you can get directions. You can make it call things like order you a shave or something to your house. But I feel less and less confident the more I have to turn to it. The more I need its help. It's just like how smartphones, I can't remember things now because I don't need to. So I think a dumb house would be a good idea instead of a smart house. Like a house that's really needy. It's just this box that constantly asks you questions because it's dumb, right? Like, how do things work constantly? Like, hey, Trevor, what do you think the temperature outside is?
Yeah.
And then I get to take a guess at it. And I can look at the clouds and kind of the position of the sun and, how much the trees are blowing, and I can take a guess.
it would be a real confidence boost.
Yeah. And I can tell the smart home device how far I think it is from the nearest 7-Eleven at 3 a.m.
It doesn't wait for you to ask questions. It
Yeah.
it actively asks you questions.
Yeah. Hey, Trevor, how do you repair a leaky faucet? And then I could take a stab at telling it and teaching it how to do it. And it would boost my confidence enough that I could tackle that job.
when you're leaving, does it ask you how long you're going to be gone and when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to get home?
It would really make you feel missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would get real needy too if you were late. Right? It would just start shouting out accusations.
Maybe we could tie
And then
it.
it kills your pet rabbit and sticks
It stops using the automatic feeder for your pet just out of spite. Oh, you just made it have a dark turn there.
Maybe we could tie it into the swearing box where it just
Yeah.
as it's
Oh,
always
yeah.
going, and then it cusses at you if you
Yeah.
if you get it wrong.
Google home cursing. No, I just think it would be nice to have something need you that much.
It's very good for the ego.
Yeah.
So this is
The I ego.
I feel like the ideas are slightly deteriorating from your first few, but
Yeah. That's why I didn't save my best for last. I tried to come out of the gate with my strongest ones, and now I'm just crapping them out there.
yeah, well,
Yeah, a dumb home. Or at least smart home products if they had a dumb mode.
how about a toilet paper printer? Well, I guess that's just not really necessary. Where's the toilet paper coming from? Is it like, how is it?
Yeah, in case you've ever wanted to wipe yourself with pictures of your family and friends. Just a photo printer. Let's see, who has really gotten under my skin this week at work?
Yeah.
All right, Judy.
Well, then it just, and it automatically connects to Facebook so that you can just get a profile pics of people.
Wow. That's also a great invention if you just wanted to have your Facebook account canceled permanently and very quickly. I don't know if this is a thing, but I've been watching a lot of like solo rock climbers videos lately, and they're just amazing people. But I'm thinking of like for people who are caught in avalanches and stuff, I'd like to see a lot more survival edible clothing. So for like heli skiers and like climbers and whitewater rafters, like whole wardrobes that can be turned into food if you get trapped, so you're not trying to like drink your own solar distilled urine or like eat your arm, like a belt that's made out of fruit leather.
Yeah, it would have to be,
Buttons.
You talk
that
about
can-
like a fruit roll up type stuff.
No, well, yeah,
All your clothes
but it'd be
made
a
out of this?
tougher. It wouldn't be tasty, really.
It's not like out of the erotica world.
No, it's not like edible underwear.
Totally utilitarian.
Yeah,
Where,
it's a thick,
where
preserved,
you
high
could-
fiber.
you could
you wouldn't want to
use
be
it.
high fiber, but thick, preserved, high protein
right,
belt,
right. It's
and
gonna
like
keep you
shirt
alive.
Made out of
buttons,
meat, actually.
concentrated dried
Just
meat
shirt
buttons.
belt.
Yeah, dried meat belt or fruit belt,
Right.
right? Shirt buttons that can be boiled if you had to, and they turn into a soup.
Yeah.
Right.
Bouillon buttons.
Then you're
Yeah.
going to be left without clothes, though. And if
Well,
it's
yeah.
anywhere cold, that's going to be a problem.
You'll be without clothes, but you'll have a full belly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For a while.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The beef jerky jackets, though.
call it last meal merchandise.
Yeah. It's not durable. I mean, eventually it's going to wear down.
Do you have any issues or any concerns with attracting unwanted animals?
Oh,
Or do you have like the
yeah. If you're wearing a meat vest, I guess
do
that
you
makes you
have
a
like
bear
the
target.
do you have the rocket launcher on that in
the
that
blood
clothing
launcher.
item that also launches the
Do you have a jacket with a blood launcher?
yeah
Just
that
in case you
also
need to make a bear run in opposite direction.
launches the
I
But
think
if you've got a jacket that's got a chum launcher, why aren't you just eating the chum then?
that is true.
it's not launching chum. You said blood.
Oh, just blood? I have
Yeah.
blood and chum.
Yeah,
Blood and
that's
chum.
both
Yeah.
parts, yeah.
That sounds like the most unappealing like pub name I've ever heard. Welcome to the Blood and Chum.
Probably exists in Britain somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
you don't want to. If you're walking through the woods, I guess, and you're already wearing like a meat vest and you got a Blood and Chum cannon on your back just in case, you shouldn't be hiking anywhere. Stay home. Stay home and order a shave.
The blood and chum, yeah. The blood and chum cannon is more for the open water,
Yeah,
not
that's
so
true.
much for the
That's true.
Oh
wilderness.
yeah, you don't want to use it in a
I mean,
stupid
I don't
way.
know that you can really distract animals with chum out. Well, you know what?
It's too tight in the forest,
Bears
you know,
might
it's-
be really interested, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like certain bears.
The cannon, the whole 400-foot launch, though. I mean, in the woods would be like it would hit the nearest pine tree, and you'd be.
You know, you could probably just fire it directly at the bear
That's
because if it's going to fire at 400
That's true.
feet at
Right in the
close
face.
range, you could probably kill a bear with chum.
That's a heck of an idea.
With your meat vest.
Like we've come full circle again. All our ideas involve meat.
And some
And
level of
sea life.
animal questionability.
Thanks for listening to Pitch Guys. You can find us on most popular podcast streaming apps and connect with us via Facebook at Pitch Guys Podcast and on Twitter at Pitch Guys Podcast. Theme music for Pitch Guys is Aces High by Kevin MacLeod.